Good morning to you all, respected chairpersons, co-chairpersons, organizers, participants and all the attendees. My name is Deori and I am a research scholar of Mizoram University under the supervision of Dr. Manoj Kumar Verma. First of all, I would like to thank Women's Librarians Association of Assam and LIS Links for providing us this opportunity to speak in front of you all on the topic of a conceptual view of open access and its role in online teaching and learning. In this presentation, we will have a brief discussion about the open access and the role of librarians in open access movement and its role in online teaching and learning. So let's go to the introduction. With the advent of ICT, online teaching and learning have drastically gained acknowledgement in higher education. With the increasing availability of vast number of digital or electronic resources has made learning easier for teachers and information seekers. Simply, online teaching and learning are the ways that the instructors or learners adopt to express and share and gain knowledge through online mode using electronic resources in digital format. But recently, it is often seen that most of the resources had been restricted for use. The open access publication and open educational resource movement intends to give out such barricade and focuses on gaining and disseminating information freely. The concept of open access is the access or the retrieval of scholarly publication through online medium immediately with little restriction. Let's have a brief discussion about the open access. Open access is free, online, immediate availability of final versions, author's final version with full reusable rights where everyone can read it, cite it and helps to provide scholarly publication full exposure. In the subscription-based publication, people need to pay to read any publication, but in open access publication, it is free with no restriction or fewer copyright licensing restriction. In fact, unlike subscription-based publication, the open access journal can request an article publication charge from the authors or from certain funders which are providing grants to cover the publication charge. In this way, the author will have full exposure to his work and the scientific research content will be available to everyone in the world with network connectivity to read, download and modify. Approaches to open access or the routes through which one can publish in open access. There are mainly two routes, that are green route and the gold route. The green route is usually defined as self-archiving or an article in a repository or a personal or on a personal website. Some of the repositories of self-archiving are institutional repositories, subject-specific repositories. We all know about the institutional repository, which is a database collection of output contains an asset of their institution or organization in a digital format for worldwide visibility and acknowledgement. The institutional repositories can be built by the libraries or the institution itself by using open source software like DSpace, ePrint, Kinstone, etc. Subject-specific repositories. The subject-specific repository is the name itself defined as the digital collection of the content of a particular discipline created by the authors by archiving in a repository or by harvesting the content from other repositories by creating a central server. Some of the examples are PubMed Central or eLIS or Phil Archive, etc. The goal route. The goal route is basically the open access journals. We can say that there are three routes. There is fee-based open access journal, hybrid journals, subsidized journals. The fee-based open access journal is generally the author should pay the article processing charge or the publication charge to the journal where they will publish in an open access journal that will be visible to the whole world. The hybrid journals are the ones that consist of both the subscription-based articles and the open access articles, where the example of this is Elsevier. The subsidized journal, where the authors or the journals will subsidize the article processing charges for the authors, or the funders or the institution will subsidize for the funds article processing charges. Creative Commons licenses. Open access publication directly depends on the copyright provided by the author himself. In open access publication, the author will hold its ownership but has a desire to share and have visibility across the globe. Creative Commons license is the most appropriate licensing for open access publication. Creative Commons is a non-profit organization which was launched back in 15 May 2001, which helps the creator to gain its ownership but also helps to overcome the legal barriers in sharing the knowledge and encourages creativity. There are mainly 6 categories of Creative Commons licenses: attribution, attribution share alike, attribution no derivatives, attribution non-commercial, attribution non-commercial share alike, attribution non-commercial no derivatives. The role of libraries in open access. The foundation of open access does not merely design with the existence of libraries, but still libraries can always be benefited through it. Some of the key benefits the library can acquire from open access approach are: encourage users to access open access work. Libraries with their facilities, they can encourage and monitor their users to the dynamic coverage of open access material, where they can satisfy their motive of the libraries to benefit the users by providing the information they are seeking for. Digital publishers of open access works. Nowadays, libraries does not only store scholarly information but also has become digital publishers by creating institutional repositories through free open source softwares to offer free or open access journal articles. Free or open access journals and books. Most of the renowned libraries today publishes free or open access journals or books for its users and for its recognition. Some of the examples of it are University Press by Cornell University Libraries. Institutional repository. Libraries can eventually help in creating an institutional repository for an institution by using open source software like DSpace, ePrints, Greenstone, or by assisting in designing the user interface or in creating the IR metadata and many more. Subsidize author's fee. Libraries can always help the authors by subsidizing or reducing the article processing charges. Role of open access in online teaching and learning. Online teaching and learning can be regarded as a most convenient and flexible mode for both teaching and learning with internet connectivity in the digital world. Generally, the educational materials or the resources which are available on the web with little or no restrictions, not for commercializing, are usually referred as open educational resources. Open educational resources was first introduced by UNESCO in 2002. Open educational resources offers advantages and opportunities for the instructors to use the non-restricted educational resources and also can share and get recognition among global audiences. The open access movement and open educational resources mainly rely on enabling the availability of the research materials to the users and also enable the authors to publish their work freely to provide greater visibility across the globe. The open access movement mostly relies on the availability and easy production of educational materials over the internet with no distribution cost. The learners and the teachers can support the open movement by creating, publishing, and also definitely be benefited from it. Online teaching and learning through open educational resource and open access movement can divert the digital divide of economic barrier of the learners and enhance the development of uniting humanity. Next is the conclusion. The open access movement will initially change the model accessing and publishing information in every discipline. The creator of knowledge have to choose different approaches to publish their work, that may be the green or the gold, and need to pay a certain amount as the article processing charge. Open access movement also plays a role in online teaching and learning by providing the open educational resources and for free with no barriers and with the option to modify and share and debarring the digital divide among information seekers. Thank you so much for this opportunity.